we're going to flip the script. I'm going to take a look at the Alabama Crimson Tide. We've got 21 draft eligible prospects up on the website for you to look at and digest and consume. We got scouting reports on Caden Proctor, Domani Jackson, Jeremy Bernard, LT Overton, Ty Simpson, Justin Jefferson, a bunch of players that I'm sure Russ is going to want to talk about right now. Go ahead, Russ.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, I mean, we've talked about it every single week, the whole year. I mean, and I know this is the part we talk about prospects, but you win and lose on the offensive line. In Alabama, although these guys aren't all going to be like those years where they had like 3 or 4 guys in the top 50 picks, they've got 3 seniors and 1 junior who are likely to go all be drafted. When you look at Caden Proctor, the tackle, is a junior, huge kid, 6'6", 6'7", 360 pounds. He's going in the 2nd or 3rd round. Big, powerful kid, much better feet than you would expect for a kid that's over 350 pounds. They got Vandermark, Dewberry, Roberts. These are 3 offensive linemen. And I know that Roberts has been doing a little rotating at guard with both Vandermark and Dewberry, but all 3 of these kids are guys that NFL teams believe have a chance to be late round picks. They are guys, if you want to watch offensive line play, watch these guys. They do a great job of coaching the O-line at Alabama. Watch these guys, how they play. Should be a good chance for all of these guys to prove themselves. Offensively, we've talked about Simpson a ton. He's a guy I knew nothing of before the season. I don't think anybody did. He's proven athletically he can escape the pocket. He can make accurate throws on the move. I'd like to see a little bit more consistency from him, but I think there's a lot of tools there for the future. It's a shame if Jam Miller isn't able to play. He's a good, solid football player. He's not a special guy that you jump up and take in the early rounds, but I think somewhere in that 5th, 6th round, if he's healthy, he's going to go. We've talked about Jeremy Bernard, nice, long-looking receiver, almost 6'1". He can run. He's athletic. He's probably going to be a first-round pick. The Cuevos kid, I think, is their most underrated guy in offense. He has great natural hands for a tight end. A little bit weird-bodied, 6'2.5", 250. Looks a little different for a tight end, not long and linear, not short and stock, sort of somewhere in the middle. I honestly think he's a guy that some team late in the draft might throw a dart on because of he does a good job in everything he's asked to do, even though he's not special. When you get onto the defensive side of the ball, yeah, not having Overton, it's a big issue. I mean, they have Latham, who's a senior defensive end, who I think has a chance of being drafted, but probably a priority free agent. Getting Keenan back, I think is going to help them. He's a really good defensive tackle, 315, 20 pounds. I think he's going to help disrupt things. But without Overton, yeah, it's going to be a challenge for them. They're going to have some issues. Off the ball, Justin Jefferson, Deontay Lawson, 2 athletic linebackers. They're undersized guys. These are guys that 20 years ago you would have said, do I really want them at linebacker or safety? But now, because they can cover and they can run it and cover a lot of ground, they're perfect fits for their defense. And the kid you've been hyping all year, who I think legitimately is a first-round guy, is their cornerback, Domani Jackson. 6-foot kid, 190 pounds, can run. He can turn and run. He's got good hips. I think you were right on this kid right from the beginning of the season. He's going to be a first-rounder. And I think the other kid across the way from him, covering Deshaun Jones, he doesn't get as much publicity, but this kid's a good football player. I think, as has been historic, even though Saban isn't there anymore, most of their corners that are considered late-round guy or like PFA-type guys end up squeaking into the late round because they're so well coached, they're fundamentally sound, they know X's and O's. When the kids like this get into the all-star games, get the chance at the pro day, get the interviews, most of the Alabama DBs do better. I think he's a guy that's going to probably be a late-round pick, even though when you watch his film, you might think PFA.
Yeah, great job covering, running through those Alabama guys. Keon Stobbs, the safety, of course, a Jersey guy I got to mention on the back end, a redshirt junior, big.
You know, we should just have a segment where you just talk about guys from Jersey, because I mean, it's like if they can walk and chew gum and they're from Jersey, Rick thinks they're going in the first 3 rounds.
Well, I like the mentality from Glassboro, New Jersey. He's flying around the back end there for Alabama. Very productive starter. Jaden Roberts, I think, is one of the better looking offensive guard prospects. He's got big 34-inch arms at 6'4", 323 pounds. And then Isaiah Horton, who's been up and down during his Crimson Tide career. He's 6'4", 210 pounds, adequate route runner, adequate speed, just another guy to keep an eye on. And did you get their punter in there, Russ? Blake Dowd?
You know, I didn't because I have not gotten a chance to see him, and I didn't want to speak too intelligently about a guy that I haven't had a chance to look at all year.
All right. Well, he's on the radar as well, according to the guys over at NFL Draft.